pe frații tăi? V-au obligat frații tăi?
Ați fost o adevărată complice sau sunt acuzații nefondate? Ați asistat la momente de abuzuri ale fraților
Nu
tăi?
suntem nevinovați, e un dosar fabricat în totalitate. Nu există niciun fel de probă.
Cine ar fi fabricat acest dosar?
Din străinătate sunt ordinele.
De aceea are cineva ceva probleme cu frații tăi?
Da, pentru că spun adevărul, care dor.
Dar ei se purtau frumos și
Se purtau
civilizat cu
frumos cu toată
femeile?
lumea, nu am fost abuzată nici eu niciodată. Dumneavoastră, numai legi, cum ajutați niște infractori?
Șuter la ușă.
De ce crezi că a fost fabricat dosarul?
Sunt probe împotriva mea, nu e nicio probă împotriva mea.
Și cine a fabricat acest dosar?
Cine stă în spatele dosarului?
Regretați că ați ajuns să colaborați cu frații tăi?
Nici ei nu au făcut nimic, sunt nevinovați. Doar că au vorbit prea mult și au supărat oameni suspuși.
Gata, faceți-o, bă.
Ați racolat fetele?
Hai.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Once again, we got to talk about the top G, Andrew Tate, who may be spending a lot more time on the top bunk, considering some of the new revelations that have come out about him in this human trafficking slash fraud slash assault slash rape case out in Romania. I'm not even going to censor myself when it comes to that word, because considering what this video topic is about, it's not getting monetized anyways, right? Andrew Tate, again, there's some damning messages and audio that has come out about his case I want to talk about, but leading up to that, he had some good news, as there was a couple women who claimed to be on the prosecutor's list of the 6 women that are accusing Andrew Tate, who say they were never abused, that the prosecutors are lying. They're trying to set up Andrew Tate. Basically, this is an attack from the Matrix, as Andrew Tate is claiming that it's all made up. Okay, he denies all of these allegations. It's not just, you know, 2 people who were allegedly victims. Also, ex-girlfriends have come out and defended Andrew Tate. He has a whole lot of people that have come out and kind of defended him. And the divide here seems to be kind of political, right? To be quite honest with you. And that is an interesting dichotomy that is developing with this whole Andrew Tate thing. And one person that came out and gave an interesting take on Andrew Tate, I wouldn't even say that she's necessarily supporting Andrew Tate or defending Andrew Tate. She just has a very interesting take on Andrew Tate, is Candace Owens. And I want to play her comments on this situation just because I found her comments to be interesting. Take a look.
Fast forward to today, and I see these allegations of him being a rapist, human sex trafficking, whatever in Romania. And my take on this is that I do not believe that Andrew Tate is a rapist. I don't. I think that that is what people like to accuse men of when they're trying to take them down, right? Do I believe that Andrew Tate is exactly what he tells us that he is in his videos when he talks about women, and he says that he thinks that women should be subservient to men, and that in his relationships he says that he has tons of children, and that he says that in his relationships he expects to be the more dominant one. I'm paraphrasing here, but Andrew Tate is not hiding exactly who Andrew Tate is and always has been, and clearly he communicated exactly what it was and whatever it was that he does in Romania to my assistant, giving her the option. Maybe she wants to join. For all I know, maybe in Romania, which may be perhaps the reason he moved to Romania, whatever he was doing, being a modern Hugh Hefner, is legal. I'm taking a guess here. I don't know. But if you're a guy and you hold citizenship in America or in the United Kingdom and you decide to uproot to Romania, it's got to be because you can do a little more dodgy stuff in Romania. It's the Eastern Corridor. This is how things work, right? Romania is like Ukraine. It's an incredibly corrupt country. The governments are entirely corrupt. Now, the risk that you run is that what you are doing in Ukraine might be legal if your goal is to be a Hugh Hefner. And I think that what he did, I believe that Andrew Tate was always upfront with all of these women in the same way that when you go to work for the Playboy Mansion, they're pretty upfront with the fact that you're going to be walking around in a bikini wearing bunny ears when Hugh Hefner was alive. I believe he always communicated that, and he was always upfront, right? But when you decide to do that in Romania, the risk that you run is that it's Romania. And any day when the government realizes that you have money in Romania, if you are flashing your wealth on the internet in the capacity that Andrew Tate flashes wealth on the internet, the government will make up charges to seize your wealth. And that is exactly what is happening to Andrew Tate right now.
Yeah, so that was Candace Owens and her take on this situation. And I think that her take was actually kind of reasonable. Right now, again, I don't know necessarily if Andrew Tate is a rapist or not. I have no clue. I don't know. These text messages and this audio that we're going to talk about here today definitely does not help his case. But I definitely think that she's on to something when it comes to the fact that this guy does have a lot of money. He has a lot of wealth. And all of a sudden, the Romanian authorities are coming down on him for something that they've known about for years now. Okay, which, again, that is the sketchy part to me. But like I told you guys, there's been a whole lot of kind of headlines coming out about Andrew Tate. And this one right here just came out, and this was flying on the radar because there's just so much stuff. Allegedly, a Romanian politician's teenage daughter said that Andrew Tate DM'd her on Instagram when she was 16, and she had her bio, her high school, right? So he basically knew that she was in high school, but he DM'd her. Right. This type of stuff that's coming out about Andrew Tate, okay? You know how it goes. When somebody's been attacked, a man has been attacked, all these women now come out the woodwork and say, oh, I'm a victim, right? In some way, shape, or form, which, again, I just find to be a fascinating turn of events. I'm not coming to any conclusions, but that headline is not nearly as worse as this one, which is that WhatsApp message from Andrew Tate to third accuser said, I loved raping you. Now, this is a part of a bombshell report from Vice News. Now, again, it is Vice News, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt, right? Whatever they're reporting, whatever they're saying, but it's Vice News. And they leaked some bombshell WhatsApp messages of Andrew Tate essentially admitting to rape. It's not good. If these messages are real, which we don't know, but if they're real, it's not good. And they also have leaked audio as well, too, of Andrew Tate saying things that aren't necessarily very favorable to his case as well. Take a listen.
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I loved how much you hated it. Turned me on. Why am I like that? Why? I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet.
Yeah, so keep in mind, guys, a lot of this stuff that we're getting here is out of context. There's a lot of missing information that we don't have. There's a few explanations in my head for what he could possibly be doing or saying, or why he's saying the things he's saying that don't necessarily have to do with what they're accusing him of. But again, I'm not saying either way. I don't know. I'm just giving you guys the facts, I guess, and you can make up your mind about what you think, okay? But let's actually read about this because, again, a series of text messages were leaked that really are pretty damning here. So let's read here. A series of messages were released by Vice World News on Wednesday that appeared to show the misogynistic influencer and ex-kickboxer Andrew Tate boasting about raping a woman. The text and voice messages released by the outlet come a day after Tate failed to secure his release from a Romanian jail in the middle of a sex trafficking investigation into him and his brother. According to Vice's reporting, Tate sent a woman who accused him of rape in 2013, threatening messages after the incident, including ones where he said he enjoyed it. Quote, I love raping you, Tate said in one of the texts shared with Vice. Monsters are monsters. When you're under my control, you do whatever I please. A spokesperson for Hertfordshire Police confirmed to Insider that Tate was arrested on December 17, 2015 over that allegation. Tate had been arrested earlier that same year over allegations to other women who also spoke to Vice. So here's the thing. I want to speak on some of these texts, okay? Again, without full context in terms of what he's actually talking about here, and knowing that Tate is apparently into some BDSM, okay? Some more, how would I describe it? More rough type of play in bed. You really don't know exactly what he means, okay? Could this be some type of role play? Maybe. Okay, I mean, that's the most benign explanation. Okay, the most sinister explanation is that this is just a full-on predator, right? I mean, I'm just saying. One accused him of rape and other violent assault, says he strangled her. He was arrested over those allegations, and July 18, 2015. Police confirmed to Insider the UK's Crown Prosecution Service did not bring charges in any of the cases. The third accuser shared texts with which she said Tate sent her after he raped her. She gave those messages to police. She said Insider could not independently verify them. Okay, so Insider can't independently verify them, so we have to rely on Vice, right? Which means they're unverified. For all we know, it can be Photoshop. Who knows? But the UK's Crown Prosecution Service has not brought any charges against Tate. They chose not to. Again, interesting. For all the reporting on this, it seems like this part of it is not being highlighted as much as the accusations are. And this is the problem with these type of accusations. Again, I don't know, right? It seems like we live in a world where, you know, it's difficult for people to say, I just don't know, right? I don't believe the man, okay, and I don't believe the woman. I just simply don't know. I have no clue. And you're supposed to presume innocence until proven guilty, okay? But again, we live in a world where it's the other way around, where you are assuming guilt until or unless Tate can prove that he is innocent. But again, all these accusations, these text messages, him basically admitting to what they're claiming that he did, and the UK said, not enough evidence, right? We probably shouldn't charge this guy. Again, it makes what is happening in Romania all that more suspicious, and that's why I don't think that Tate is actually going to get a fair shake. I mean, he's already basically being held without any charges being pressed against him or without them releasing any real evidence of the crimes that they claim that he is committing. So there's no charges. There's no real formal accusations. It's just investigations. They're basically saying, look, we think you did this, and we're just going to hold you hostage until we can actually prove that you did it. That's like what? The exact opposite way of our justice system and how it's supposed to work. I'm just saying. The woman who used the alias Amelia told Vice that she and Tate had known each other since 2009 and began dating in 2013. The first night that she went over to Tate's apartment, she told the publication that a switch had flipped after she told him she did not want to have sex that night. Quote, I got up and looked at him and went, what's wrong? The woman told Vice. This guy literally laid there and went, I'm just debating whether or not I should rape you. Wow. Again, it's kind of hard to believe that Tate said that, but again, listen to some of the other things Tate said on camera. It's kind of not hard to believe that he said it as well, too. She told the outlet that Tate strangled and raped her after that moment, calling her his property and asking, who do you belong to? Again, this could be him actually performing that act against her will, or it could be some BDSM, some role play in which now these women are claiming that it's something more than what it was to try to take advantage of the fact that this guy's been attacked by everybody in the liberal press, the Matrix, and maybe Romania doesn't like the fact that Tate openly basically claimed that their system is corrupt and he's not afraid of, you know, them coming after him and he doesn't really take them serious. It could be a combination of those things, right? It could be maybe they're trying to get his money. Maybe they're trying to compensate his assets. It could be a lot of those things. Or he could just be guilty. In some of his videos, Tate has made similar comments, calling women the property of men, and has advocated for violence against women in the context of infidelity. 6 months later, the woman had filed a police report, and by 2015, she was contacted by the Hertfordshire police as they saw evidence on Tate. At that point, she turned over her phone, which included text with Tate after the incident, per Vice. The voice notes provided by the woman from Tate struck a macabre tenure as well. Quote, I am a bad person because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. Tate can be heard saying in one of the voice notes per Vice, adding that he wanted to pin you down and make you do things you didn't like. The messages painted a grim picture of the evening Amelia described to Vice. Quote, you didn't like that I was thinking I could do whatever I want to you, Tate said in one voice note provided to the outlet. That's what it is. I'm the smartest person on this effing planet. Well, apparently not. If this type of stuff that you're saying and you're texting to people and you're sending them voice notes, right, after you allegedly, you know, did that to them, right? And that's why, again, I'm skeptical to a certain extent, because I'm just like, who is so dumb that they would send text messages and voicemail, basically evidence of them basically raping a woman? I don't believe Tate is that dumb. The only way he would feel comfortable sending something like that, if this is just some after, BDSM, after some rough play that they do with, whatever. That's the type of stuff that, I would say, okay, well, maybe that's the reason why he would send that type of text message. Maybe it's a continuation of what they was doing. I don't know. I'm just saying, if Tate actually sent these messages and this voicemail after, doing this to a woman against her will, no, he is definitely not one of the smartest people in the world. This is almost like the equivalent of Joe Biden claiming that his son is the smartest person he knows, right? I'm just saying, not a smart thing to do. She told Vice that after Tate sent her a video of him breaking a baseball bat on his shin, she never saw him in person again. He also sent a voice note with the video, according to Vice. Quote, "I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet," Tate said in the video per Vice. "Sometimes you forget exactly how lucky you were to get effed by me." Ultimately, the Crown Prosecution Service decided not to pursue charges against Tate in 2019, and previously told Insider that it did not prosecute Tate because it saw no realistic prospect of a conviction. So they're basically saying not sufficient evidence, right? This is not enough evidence. Whatever they saw. Again, we don't know the full context of the text messages here, but whatever they saw, right, the other authorities who looked into this, they said, not enough evidence. And that's why I think Vice leaking this stuff and not leaking the full context of it, to me, is sketch. Considering how, again, law enforcement had access to what essentially seems to be an admission by Tate of this, and they chose not to move forward, which to me indicates that there's more context here that's being left out. And that's the problem. So, I mean, you guys know the rest of the story here. This is what's happening. Personally, again, I don't know, but, I just think it's sketch, right? I just think we got to keep waiting for more information to come out. And hopefully, he has his trial, he has his day in court soon, and we can actually see some real evidence, okay? Because this right here, in my opinion, is not actual credible evidence, okay? This seems to be more of a hit job than actual evidence. But then again, the stuff that Tate has said on camera doesn't really help his case. I mean, at the very least, we know that the guy was basically a pimp. Okay, I think there's no doubt in anybody's mind that he was a pimp, which again is not a good thing. And he probably did participate in some fraudulent financial activity, which he kind of admitted on camera. He self-snitched on himself. But to go as far as this stuff right here, I don't know. But then again, hey, who knows? You're supposed to believe all women. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.